Let's do exactly that.
Welcome to another episode of Red Dead Redemption Online, where we are bringing in experts to help delve into the secrets and the facts and the fictions behind the game. Lantern Noir is your host, as always, and I've got an amazing personality with me. I started to type out all the things that I should give you credit for being in, and I actually hit my character count. So I'm going to introduce you as Bruce Vogue, and I'll let you handle, Mr. Vogue, the rest of your title.
There's only one character that needs to count, and it's me. I wanted to do that. It doesn't even feel, it feels gross. But you gave me the transition, so I felt like I had to do it. I don't want to leave a perfectly good segue just sitting there. So, hey, I'm the moderator of the part. You know, the number of times I've done that, I've never messed that up. That's the first time. Let's try it again. I'm the moderator of the Party Gamecast, featuring the Party Gamecast podcast about party games and games you take to parties. So if you are a party board game fan, which, sure, I'm sure this crossover is huge, go check it out wherever your fine podcasts are sold. I'm also on a podcast called On Board Games, which, once again, Red Dead Redemption fans, folks that search the internet for this content, I know you're thinking, but Bruce, where can I get serious board game chatter? On Board Games is exactly where you can do it. But if that's not enough, and you're like, Bruce, are there more podcasts you're on? Yes, there's also a podcast called The Spiel, which is one of the revered podcasts in board game podcastery. I also appear on there on a little segment called Flicking Around, where I talk about dexterity games. So if you really like Jenga, or any game where you do this, if this is a thing that you enjoy, like if that's your thing, I'm going to talk about stuff like that. Additionally, I'm working on a brand new project called Board Game the Game Show, which is what I keep talking about with this fabulous curtain here. I'm making game shows from my basement. You can find them on YouTube at Board Game the Game Show. And if you would out there, I know, let's have a moment, you and I. Everybody says, smash that like button, hit the subscribe, me. Okay, so right now, my YouTube URL is like youtube.com/ and then if you're old enough, you'll get this, a bunch of Cubert cussing. It's like !9_ capital W lower V. If I get to 100 subscriptions, 100 subs, I can change that to youtube.com/ board game the game show, which is the thing I want to do right now. So if you're out there and the idea of a meeting of board games and game shows feels good to you, or even if, let's say you hate board games, but you love game shows, we're making game shows there. I'm making 4 different game shows. We're working on them now. We're working through them. And coming up this week is Gen Can't, which, if you're not a board game person, means just literally nothing.
Now, to be fair, Gen Con has always had a very big gaming component over the last several years.
That is absolutely true. And if you decide to just let all that go, I don't care about that. I'm going to go to the convention that's not that convention. I want to go to Gen Can't, the convention for people that couldn't go to Gen Con in previous years. On that, I'm doing multiple trivia shows. I'm also premiering a brand new game called The Interview, where for the first half, I interview somebody just like a late night talk show, just a normal interview you might have. And then the second half is a game show you can play at home, where we're going to ask the folks on the show 50-50 questions like, is a hot dog a sandwich? And you're going to get a chance to guess. You get to ring it in your phone, and if you can guess how they would answer those, you have a chance to win prizes.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. That's the whole thing that we're trying to make happen is fun. That's one. We have one where people as a team give clues. It's called the challenge. They have to give 16 clues in 10 minutes, but they have to face my wheel, which tells them how they'll give clues, and they have to face me. I have spaces on the wheel, and if they come up, I can make them do anything I want. They have to face that to try to win the game. I've also got one, if you know game shows, there's a game called Card Sharks, which might...
I watched the daylights out of Card Sharks.
So I took Card Sharks, and I added polyhedral dice. So it's a game we call the Dice Drop. You start at the D4, the one that like you would use to hurt your relatives.
Yeah.
And then you go higher or lower. You go to a 6-sided die, an 8-sided die, 10-sided. If you can make it all the way to the end, you win the game, and you answer some wacky trivia questions. And then the final game is what we call Board Game the Game Show. We named the whole channel after. It is a mix of TV's remote control, which if you're old, you may remember from MTV. It is that game if the person that ran it was obsessed with board games instead of TV. So we do that, and then we do little side games that are kind of a little bit like Price is Right. I take popular board games, I turn them into a game show version, and then people play them for prizes. So check it all out at Board Game, the game show on YouTube.
Yep. Now, Yelfira, who's one of our top watchers, does want me to remind her about all of this, and I'm going to do my best to catalog that whole speech into a series of links for the website.
It's my longest CV ever, and I used to also work for a board game company, and I don't even have that to add anymore, or there would be more CV.
Yeah. Well, let's get the game started over here before I get killed again trying to get to the poker game, and then we can talk about your background in between the hands, and you can help me figure out what we're doing here.
Very good. Now, is there somewhere I have to ask, and I'm sorry for those of you that know how this works because I'm the new guy here, is there somewhere where I'm going to get to see what you're doing, or are you just going to have to, like,
oh, no,
is it going to be like a really crappy party game where you're going to have to, like, tell me what's going on?
Oh, no, I got you covered because I'm going to push this button here and do that. And then I'm going to come over here and push this button.
Okay.
And then I'm going to push that button. And then I'm going to do a quick adjustment here to the window. Oop, wrong window. And make that look all pretty like. There we go.
So then, what are we doing? Like, set me in for everything so I know exactly what's going on.
Okay, so the basic game is 7-card stud, 7-card Texas Hold'em. Buy-in's $25. You're going to help me figure out how to get to 50.
Okay, is that all?
That's it. And
okay, are there rebuys?
No.
Okay, so everybody's in with 25 and that's it. It's like a tournament.
No, you can. Oh, there are rebuys. You can keep.
Okay.
You can keep throwing money at this as long as you want to throw it.
So then something I'll just talk to the camera because I'll tell you more about how I know about poker, but I'll explain some things. So there's multiple ways to play poker. One is what you're in now, which is what's called a money game. And that means people can keep pulling money out of their pockets as much as they want to. The other is called a tournament style. In a tournament style, you're given a limited amount of money at the beginning, and that's all you're going to have. And the two styles of play are different because when I can keep coming with more money out of my pocket, I'm going to play differently than if I know I only have $25 and I can never refresh it.
Right. Yeah. The blinds start at 10 cents and 20 cents, and there's a hand limit of $5.
Okay, so we can't go over 5 bills. Okay.
Can't go over 5 bills.
And that is total bet or each round of betting or any given raise?
Total hand limit, $5.
Okay, so pot limit's $5. Okay. So now something I'll tell you all out there is that I dealt poker for years. Interesting stories, we'll get to them before it's over. I don't play poker well. I'm not a good poker player.
Now you tell me.
I know a lot about it.
Now you tell me.
Yeah. I tried to tell you as we were leading up to this.
All right. We've got Jack 8.
And this is what, 5-handed?
We got 4 at the table right now.
What's the bet?
Right now, the bet's to me at 50 cents total up. I'm already in for 20. I think we're going to stay in.
Call, yeah.
Yeah, that Jack feels good, doesn't it?
I mean, we'll see in a second. And that's the important thing, is another tip I would give you out there is never get so addicted to the cards in your hand that you won't throw them away.
Yes.
Why are we, like, squunching around? What are we doing? We're rocking around a lot.
Yeah, she seems really fidgety. I think it's the corset.
That Jack is trash. You want out of here.
I want out?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, throw those cards to another room.
Well, now
so here's the deal: is right now any ace beats you, any queen beats you. 2 clubs is better than you. A high pair is better than you. Like the number of cards that are better than your cards is unbelievable. You want no part of this.
Fair enough.
Unless they let you check. If they let you play for free, play for free.
Ooh, yeah.
But
and that's what throws my mind is every once in a while there'll be somebody that before anyone has bet will just fold.
Okay, so some people do that so they don't get the temptation of the cards. So if you take a look here, Lantern, sorry,
yeah.
I'll fix a little bit.
Rob's fine too.
So if you take a look, 2 clubs, you could have been shooting on that flush, which you would have hit right now. So that's even more cards that would just absolutely chop your head off.
Yeah, that's true.
If those had been suited cards, if you had been suited in clubs with those, I would have said 4 clubs, sure, hold on, let's see what happens. But yeah, no, this is not a good place to be. The best place you can be is out of this hand and let these people murder each other.
Yeah. Well, it does get frustrating. I've noticed this a lot. some people play this as a quick money maker, where they
Yes.
they just max bet on their 2 down cards.
So here's the deal. Can we talk about this maybe in like boxing terms?
Go for it.
So if somebody comes in like that, they're a heavy puncher, and they're just going to keep wailing punches at you. You want to be a counter puncher. Let them get their arms tired, and the only time you come in is when you have the best cards. And you let them $2, $4, $8, $10, and you go, okay, pair of aces, $20. Like, that's the key, is once your cards are good, because they're going to play the same way. So the key for you to win is to wait to that moment when you know you have what's called in poker the nuts. You have the best cards, and let them bet into you all night.
Is that an official term?
Yes.
You have the nuts.
You have the nuts. That is the best mathematical possible cards on the table. The nuts will change in Texas Hold'em from card to card. So, you can have the best cards in 1 second and make a fantastic high dollar play and have it fall apart on you. Jack King, I like them. What's your maximum raise?
You can go all the way to max table bet if you want to.
You don't. What, are they betting 20 cents?
Yeah, they're covering the blind. 50 cents?
50 cents. I just want to see what happens. I want to learn the table a little bit.
Okay, 50 cents. Well, technically,
So,
70 cents.
This is what I'm trying to do is what's called a screening raise.
Okay.
So what that means is this. I don't want people in here unless they have good cards. I don't want 2-4 offsuit to be allowed to play because I don't want them to catch you.
Got it.
I want to just get them out of the way. And you've got somebody to fold. Get out of here. If you don't have good cards, get out of here.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. There's our flop. Is that what we wanted to see? That is what we wanted to see.
We have some of the best cards available. Keep betting it. 50 cents.
Only 50 cents?
Yep.
He's checking. So
you're betting 50 cents.
He's not feeling like he's got much anything over there.
That's fine. And what you're showing is confidence. So a big card has come out. Unless they're on 2 diamonds or they've got a decent pair, they should feel like they're in trouble. You should lose at least one more. There you go.
Goes.
And then let's see if you can get the last guy out.
He's out. He's thinking. He's
thinking about it. He doesn't think you have it.
He isn't. Well, he didn't raise me either.
You have what?
Ooh, I'm sitting on the Jack King.
You're sitting on the Jack King. Check him.
Now it's his bet.
It's his bet.
And he tosses.
You didn't even have to play. There you go.
That was... See, I don't get that. He could have
I don't get why he didn't at least check. But I guess he might just be saving himself time. He doesn't want to have you bet, and then he gets out of the way. His cards were bad, and he just doesn't want a part of this. The king was bad for him, and the ace did nothing to help him.
He didn't just fold. He took his chips and went home.
I mean, sometimes you just get a bad feeling about what's going on.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the table. He doesn't like that someone new came and is betting strong.
That could be the case. Oh, crap. She looks serious.
I think you're looking at paint.
Jack and 4.
I'm trying to kind of follow the way the...
All right. Everyone's called so far. Think that Jack can limp along?
No, I think you get out of the way.
Okay.
So here's the deal. Let's pretend that you get your dream setup and you get a Jack on the flop. Your backup is a 4.
True.
You know, like, pretty much in a situation like this, I would only play the top 10 hands. You know, ace, ace, king, king, queen, queen, ace, king, ace, queen, ace, jack, 10, 10, 9, 9. You know, like, I would only play those. We're going to play you a little more fast and loose just because that's not fun to watch. But, like, against random folks, that's kind of what I would do. What did you have? Did you have any recollection what your cards were? You had a random jack.
Jack and a 4.
A jack and a 4, and they weren't suited.
If the king drops, I'd have a straight, and that's my best shot at covering this hand.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that would be rough, because that means anybody with any jack anywhere also has a straight.
Yep.
And you're not here to split pots.
No. No, we're here to crush.
And then let's see, which on the screen you are the bottom person?
Yeah, I'm the one down there in the hat, the black hat and the white blouse and the black corset.
Okay.
And on the
I know who you are at the physical table.
Oh.
I'm trying to figure out in your money where you are.
I am seat number 1, the 2670.
2670. Okay, so you're at the bottom of the screen. Okay.
Yep.
I just want to get used to what I'm going to have to do to try and get you to $50. I want to be able to watch my victories.
Well, if we don't make it all the way to 50, that's not so bad. But also reinforces. Ooh.
Oh! Hit him with the house.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Ace King's the 5th best hand you can have.
Max bet?
What are they betting to you?
They've called.
50 cents.
Okay. That kind of hit with the house.
I don't know what's big stakes in this game.
Well, I'm going to overrule you. I'm going to drop $1 on the table.
Okay, I'm fine. I'm okay with that bet. Uh-oh.
He's in.
He's in.
He thinks he's got something.
He either thinks he has something, or they think you're lying. They've been around long enough that they've seen you win money and you haven't had to play any cards.
This is true. They haven't seen my cards once yet.
Yeah, they haven't seen your cards and they've only seen you bet money.
Oh, the gunslinger's in.
So let's see what we have here. Your cards just turned to absolute garbage.
They absolutely did. Anybody's got an 8, they got me crushed.
Yep. Or a 4.
Or 4.
Or a pair. This is how Texas Hold'em works. Your cards were great. Can you check?
Yeah, I can check.
Check it.
And the gunslinger there in the seat next to me just tossed her cards.
So I think part of that could be is that you have people that don't know how to play poker. I mean, like, there's no reason unless you think, and I've known players in the many years working in Hall, get out of Dodge.
Out of Dodge.
$1? No. Your cards aren't worth $1 anymore.
Man, that changed fast.
Oh, and it changed back. You have bullets and 8s, but you couldn't have guessed it. You could not have guessed it. And I'm hoping we're going to see this thing run out so we can see what these guys will play with.
Yep. Yelfira, these are actual players. These are not NPCs. There is no AI for the poker here.
You know, I still don't love this.
Aces
and 8s with a king kicker is not like
that great.
If these two are betting, I feel like 8s and 6s.
The pair of 8s. He stayed in with junk.
Okay, now you know.
They're playing the long game.
Or something.
Ugh.
Okay, but what we just got with that was information.
Mm-hmm.
And the two of them were willing to play at $1 a shot on trash. Yep. Don't get too attached to that information, but you know they're willing to do it. And you know 2 of them are willing to do it.
Yep. And the bounty hunter next to me probably doesn't know poker very well.
I mean, I wouldn't, I don't know. We'll see.
She's only got one eye. She can't be that good at her job.
Jack 10, do whatever you got to do to stay in. Call the 20.
Let's limp.
Yeah.
It's a weird table etiquette. I've noticed that it's almost always a 20-cent bet all the way around before the flop. Like everyone will spend 20 cents on that.
So let me hit you with some old gambling knowledge.
Okay.
Are you here to make friends or are you here to make money?
Money.
Then who cares about table etiquette? I mean, like, it's very simple. Like, when you walk up to a craps table, if you bet the don'ts, you're not here to make friends. As I recall, these are good for you.
Yes, they are.
But hit them with $1.
All right. So when it gets to me, there's a check so far. Table 2's checking.
$1.
Oops, I missed. Landed at 90 cents.
Okay, 90 cents is fine.
He just raised us to 230, halfway to the max bet.
Woo! Watch out now. So then what is he working on?
He's got a pair down, maybe?
You know what? I'm going to lose some of your money.
Yes, you are, because you're going to have me call him, aren't you?
We're going to call, yeah.
We're going to call.
What is she doing?
Gunslinger's in with a call. All
Three-handed. Okay, I want to take a second to think, but all right, we're in.
I'm feeling good.
That's no help for anybody. The problem is I'm a little worried that someone's got like an 8-9. I'm hoping there were people working on hearts. You know what? Bet it.
Oh, too late. Let's get that free card.
You didn't want that. Oh. Okay.
Ooh, 3 of a kind beats me.
You have a jack. You have a full house. Bet everything. Bet $5.
Yep. Max bet.
Get them out. Make them think you're lying. $5.
Yep. We're at max bet.
Yep.
Table limit. He's in.
He's in. He doesn't have a flush. So unless he's got a jack queen boat.
2 pair, jacks and 10s.
There you go.
That felt good. And they got to see my cards.
Yep.
Amongst other things.
So now you're considered trouble now. You only win. You're not here to play around. So that means They should respect your bets now.
Or they're gonna leave.
Then fresh meat. That's the best thing that can happen.
Amen to that. I almost feel a little guilty now.
You shouldn't. This is poker.
Amen to that.
You got lucky.
Ooh.
Oh, you don't want any part of this.
Not even to see the
Oh,
flop?
you're the big blind. You want to check it.
Yeah. I'm in no matter what for 20 cents.
Yeah.
So. What movie was it? There was one that was about betting in Las Vegas, and all the wacky bets people make was a big part of the plot line. Like, one was a guy got bet that he would live in a bathroom in one of the casinos for an entire year.
Oh.
Yeah, Drew Barrymore
I know
was
what
in
you're
it.
talking about.
I don't know why that just popped into my head.
Oh, just check this till somebody's stupid enough to bet.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to let you know one thing, especially in a computer game like this.
Mhm.
And I would say any computer game anywhere, I'm playing the cards, not the players, really. Like, we're going to learn sort of behavioral things they're doing, but we're not going to make split decisions based on it. So, like, I'm not going to have you try to win with money right now, because I don't know enough about the people at the table.
Okay, so with that flop, the gentleman across from me is at the max bet.
Get out of here. What are you even thinking about?
I'm just making sure we're on the same page. I checked earlier, you yelled at me.
I mean, the problem with this is if one of those was a joker, you'd still lose. Like,
And yes, apparently this is the most compelling poker that Yellfire has ever watched.
nice.
It's entirely the company.
I try. I try to zhuzh this up a little bit. So yeah, a quick bit on my background, just because I'll let you know why I have a little bit of authority here.
Yeah, go for it.
I dealt
Good
in the
time for it.
undergrounds in Baltimore until I got raided, and I was in the biggest raid since Prohibition in Baltimore.
No kidding.
No, yeah, that's real. Police came in, bull with a battering ram and dogs and guns, and I had a gun to the back of my head for a second. And
Now, when you said underground, I thought you meant there was like a club in Baltimore called The Underground.
well, there was a club in Baltimore, but it was at the end of a railroad track, not far away from Camden Yards. You want none of this. Don't even pay the other 10 cents.
Oh. Okay.
That is a 2-8 offsuit. I don't care what comes out. If 3 8s come out, I don't want you to learn anything from that. Get out of the way.
Fairly noted. Fairly
Yeah.
noted.
As a note, fair viewers, the 2-7 offsuit is the single worst hand in poker because it can't make a straight, it can't make a flush. Something weird has to happen for you to do well. You have the 2-8 offsuit,
Which is almost
which
as
is
bad.
also real bad.
Almost as bad.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I worked in a club. It was protected on 3 sides by railroad tracks. We had a guard. It was a whole thing. And then I didn't realize I wasn't running the club. I was just a person there. The person running the club put an ad in the newspaper, in the Baltimore Sun. And I remember I came to work that day. We had a guard. And I said, man, there's a lot of people here. There must have been 150 people at this place. And the guard said, oh, it's the ad we put in the paper. And he laughed and I laughed. And I laughed because I thought he was telling a joke about putting an ad in the paper. And he was laughing because they put an ad in the paper.
Oh,
And
God.
the police got very upset that we would do that and decided they had to do something about it.
Amen to that.
Yeah, and that is when we got raided, and that is how your friendly nerd ended up in a situation with an officer pointing a gun at him.
That beats my story of kind of having a gun pointed at me.
Oh, by all means, that's what we're talking about now.
When I was in college, I was on the ROTC drill team. So if you've ever seen like the Marine silent drill where they do the snap and the snap, it was one of those. And we had gone to St. Louis for a tournament.
Okay.
And so we were in the hotel parking lot running through our routines when all of a sudden we hear sirens and we look up and there's like 5 squad cars fly into the parking lot. Guys pop out on the other sides and drop their shotguns on the hoods and tell us to lay down.
Oh. That is like, that feels, so I had a gun, like the officer had a gun to my head and I didn't feel like I was in that much danger. Like,
I wasn't quite as panicked until one of the guys was telling us afterwards that the safeties were off just so we all knew. 10-8, we're out.
No.
We don't even want to see the flop?
I don't want to see how this works.
Okay.
Like, I'm not interested in seeing how this goes.
Yes.
I've got you up to 3270.
Well, the gentleman in the fine hat there is also out already, too. And I think he knows what he's doing.
Did it get real dark in here, or am I having a stroke?
I think it got dark.
Yeah, it looks like the background got a little bit dark.
Oop, lost track of the outside lights there. Yeah, that's no good. That doesn't tell us anything. Yeah, it's nighttime out. Lighting shifted.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That happens.
But yeah, gadzooks. Yeah, no, I wouldn't want that.
I hear you on that front.
Well, yeah, I was at the table that pointed a gun and said, hey, does anybody here have a gun? And I knew one of the guys was a state trooper. So I said, yeah, why don't you talk to the one seat? That's they number the seats, who's to my left. Why don't you talk to the one seat? To which the guy said, why don't you shut the up, Bruce? I don't know how family friendly, and I almost told the story uncensored. And he did. He had a gun on his leg. But I think it was 125 people and 40 staff members.
Wow.
It was, yeah, since the actual honest to goodness prohibition, there had not been a raid this big in Baltimore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's a whole different ball of wax. If we're telling outlaw stories, there's a family myth that my great-grandfather, he actually owned a bar up in the UP of Michigan before Prohibition. Prohibition happens, he loses the bar.
Oh.
So he calls up a guy that used to come to the bar for like 4 weeks every summer. First cards, Queen 5?
Nah. We'll save money for good cards.
Okay.
And this is the thing. So another thing, I don't want to interrupt your story too much, but I just want to, if you're actually watching for poker, is poker. So if you watch it on TV or you watch movies, poker feels like a very exciting game. Oh my goodness, I can't. Poker is largely, if you can't see everyone's cards, like the reason TV poker's compelling is because you can see everyone's cards.
Everything.
Without that, it's like 5 fat bears hibernating. It's god awful. And to play it, like, you need to be able to sit in a room for 6 hours straight and not look excited about anything until the right time comes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what's going on here. So please don't let this throw you off that we're throwing a lot of cards away. We should be throwing a lot of cards.
Because we're playing the long game.
Because we're playing the long game. I'm trying to get you to $50, and I'm not trying to have you have to rebuy for me to do it. So,
well, and that movie I referenced earlier, one of the points they brought up in the commentary is that some of the guys at the big tables would like use a jar under the table rather than leave their seat because it takes that long to get to a playable hand. Yelfire wanted to confirm that the place you had been dealing was an unlicensed casino.
So at the time, there was no such thing as a licensed casino. Now, I had been told by the people running it that we were on the up and up, that we gave money to charity, to the Widows and Orphans Fund of the Fraternal Order of the Police. Because every once in a while, plucky me, right now this is 40-plus Bruce. At this point, dealing was like 26, 25-year-old Bruce, who was in a pinball league and wouldn't deal one night a week because I was in a pinball league. And they thought that was hilarious. The guys running it were like real gangsters. And they thought it was hilarious that I wouldn't deal Wednesday nights because I was playing pinball. And they were like, Bruce, how much money did you make last night? And I'm like, I don't know, about $950. They're like, how many hours did you work? I was like, I don't know, 5. They're like, and you're not working tomorrow. Why? I was like, I had a pinball league. I committed to it. And they're like, man, just don't stop being you, son. Don't stop being you.
You know, we all got our priorities.
Yeah, I was like, I would work 3 days a week. I'd have like $2,500 a week. So I was like, I think I can take a night off and get some me time. Which I don't know if 40-year-old Bruce would feel like, but there's a lot of decisions.
We just
had 25-year-old Bruce made that 40-year-old Bruce wouldn't make.
We just had a Pinball Wizard deep cut come through the chat.
Nice. Oh, talk to me.
Let's.
You want to play these?
Let's play these.
50 cents.
Oh, that kind of play.
Or 20 cents.
Yeah.
Or 20 cents. Be polite. Let all of them come in the game, and let them beat your good cards with trash.
They're not going to beat my cards with trash.
They are. That's what you're doing. When you do that, you're letting people come in with subpar hands and get lucky on the flop.
I see what your strategy is there now.
Yep. I want them out. Like, I don't mind facing good cards. What I don't want is a 6-8 offsuit to catch 3-8s.
Got it. Okay, I got to listen closer when you say let's play these.
What? Okay, wait a minute. What do you have?
We have 3 kings.
Oh! The house down! Throw it all in! throw it all in. Throw the maximum they'll let you throw in.
Drop the whole
If
table.
their cards beat you, they get to win.
Okay. I can handle that. It's a 40-cent bet to me.
Bet $5.
Table max. All right. 80-cent raise. Oh, this is going to make
80 cents. 80 cents is for fools, young lady.
Oh,
All of
jeez.
it. 480. Get out.
I can't wait to save these.
I have a king. I have a king. Get out. Yes. You were wondering if I had a king? I have a king.
Out.
Get out.
Out. Oh, she's going to go in. She doesn't
thinking
buy
about
it. She doesn't buy it.
Because she has a 4.
You think?
I think she has an ace 4.
Yep.
So here's the deal.
She's in.
Some would say, she's in!
Oh.
Does she have the other king?
Yes.
She has the other one?
Yep, but we have the 10. And we take that pot away from her.
Yep. So here's the thing. Some would say you don't do what I just did. That
But-
what you would do is you'd play a little slower so that you get a little more money in from other people.
Right.
I'm a tournament player. I play this kind of aggressively like
Mhm.
this. And once again, I'll tell you out there, I'm not a great poker player.
We're
There
winning.
are people that have studied this, and they would tell you the nuance of why what I did was stupid. And I get that, but we're also at $38. So
Well, it's funny, too, because they really don't let you make a lot of game money doing this. It's a very slow way of making money.
call whatever's coming.
Okay. No raises.
Yeah, I don't think you need to raise with a Jack 10. Let's see what's going to happen.
Okay.
We're telegraphing our punches. Like, we're letting people know we have the cards. If they want to come find us, you can cash me outside. Like, let's do that. And that's what I was talking about when I said I'm playing the cards, not the players.
Right.
Like, I'm telling you, my cards are really good. Do you want to face my really good cards? And that's why she sat there for so long. She's like, how good could his cards possibly be?
I've got 3 kings.
Or I guess more appropriately, how good could her cards possibly be?
Yeah. And she was probably swearing, or there might be a broken controller at her house because she was sure with
And the-
3 kings.
And the premise, she had that too. That kicker's terrible. You want to check this, and the second anyone bets, and matter of fact, Lantern, if anyone looks at their money for too long, just throw the cards.
It's going to go all the way around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because no one has good cards.
Nope. No one can play
Or
with
they
those.
all have great cards, and this is not a great card flop.
Nope. We're up. I don't see any need to throw money at this.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people, like, you can try to catch bluffs and that kind of stuff, but I don't like working on that too much when you're playing in a computer environment.
Right.
Like, if you want to try to read people and learn what their, like, learn their tells and all that kind of stuff, that's a whole different game. That's not what you can play here.
Although I think we've established that at some point, if we just want to take junk and max bet on the flop, we're going to get that money.
So, but, like, okay, so if we had done that last time, she would have crammed those kings down our throat.
True.
You know, I mean, like, that's the thing. I'm not real big on bluffing in computer games.
Yep. And you have a compliment coming for being actually quite a very good coach at poker.
Oh,
You should
thank you.
not sell yourself short.
I fear that if a real poker player, and I mean that like I'm not knocking my, like a real poker player were to see this, they'd be like, oh, it's not that he's good, it's that he's lucky that the things he's saying are working. Because I've seen that happen, and I've seen that happen on the other side, where like someone's not good, but they're lucky. Chris Moneymaker, who won the World Series of Poker, was not good, he was lucky. And that can happen. Like, this is still a game of luck. It's very much a game of skill, but like, it's not a game of luck.
Yeah,
You know, like,
I
she
think
could have just as soon had a king ace and bludgeoned us that last hand.
I wouldn't call that a bludgeon. I would call that a shiv.
Well, and I mean, and all the psychology, she would have held an ace king.
Aww. Elvira would like to remind you that there is such a thing called the imposter syndrome.
Too true. It's just, I like having been like, I've dealt to people that went to the World Series and made it to the final table.
Oh.
I've dealt games where thousands of dollars are in the pot. So in those worlds, like, I want to make it real clear to people that is not Bruce. You put me in Red Dead Redemption or Zynga Poker, and I'm pretty all right. But you take me to like the Taj Mahal back before it closed, and the Feast of the Innocents comes at 4 a.m, and I'm gonna get murdered.
Duly noted.
That's all. It's just I've been in the kind of environments where people that really do this. So I just want to separate the difference between like your top tier players.
Ooh.
Okay, so I like that they're suited. Stay in. Let's play fast and loose.
Okay.
Let's have some fun.
Okay. No, just call it, right?
Call, yeah.
Nothing fancy. Okay.
No, like I think we could bully him if we wanted to, but like I'm not in a bully mood this time because I don't know what's gonna happen.
Well, Mr. Beard across from us is having a pretty good evening.
6, 9, 10.
We got a pair of
We
sixes.
got a pair of sixes and 3 diamonds. Bet 20 cents. Just see what anybody does.
All right. We'll just put a little money in the pot.
Yeah, let's see how they act. I just want to kind of see how everybody acts. Let's see. Oh, that was too fast. He did that too quickly.
Yep.
Yeah, people are in too fast on a 6, 7, 9.
Someone might have an 8.
I would guess somebody's got to have an 8.
Well, it's not expensive.
She wants a dime. Oh, no. Wait a minute, you have the 10, don't you? No. Oh, good. Run. Danger.
I should have checked.
You should have checked.
But
never should you fold if you don't have to.
But
you know what? Although I don't know if they're going to think you're faking now if they're really paying attention. They're going to be like, oh, really? He's gotten himself to $37 and then decided to throw cards away before he had to?
yeah, well, I was going to fold anyways right after that because a max bet. That's just.
Oh, no. Okay, good. Good. You just got out of the way.
Yeah.
You saved yourself a clip.
Ooh, she's in. I don't think our gunslinger is long for this.
I don't, 9 high straight. Okay, so that's, he has got the 5 part of it. A pair of 7s? What are you doing? What are you doing in this with a pair of 7s? That's a 4 to a straight. Any 5, there's 8 cards in the deck that are a real hand.
It's interesting too, because I think if she had sat down to say, well, I'm going to drop $25 and see if I can win up to 50 quickly, this is not the strategy for doing it. Like she played.
Oh, she's done.
She played too conservatively for that to be her strategy.
Well, plus, if you got murdered where you had trip kings and someone bet you out of the world,
yeah, it's true.
You're gonna leave upset. Like the mojo's bad and you need to get out of the table.
She was having a rough go here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also trying to
see an ace.
To take in the visual here. Ace 7.
Bump it to 50. I just want to see what people do.
Okay.
Unless does he do? Okay. Bump it to 50. I want to see how they act. This is what's called a half bluff. No, I mean this is a half bluff. Your cards aren't as good as you're acting like they are, but they're not terrible.
Right. And this is telling me everyone thinks they've got something to keep them in for a little bit of money.
And they don't think your cards are that good. They're not convinced. Oh, kids. Kids, what did we do? Bet $1.
Well, we gotta get around to it. There's already a 40-cent bet on the table.
Okay, so 40-40.
He's gonna call. If I had to guess.
You know what?
No, he's out.
Call it. Call it.
Just call it?
Call it.
Okay, we're calling it.
I just got a bad feeling.
All right. We're sitting on 2 aces.
Well, yeah, but there are more aces. Does that help you? I can't remember what it's ace 7.
Ace 7.
Check.
You think so? Check,
no,
check.
I'm saying what they're saying. Bet 50 cents.
Okay.
I just want to see, you're not getting any respect, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's not sophisticated enough to... Oh, now you're getting some respect. They figure you're on ace 6. If
yeah.
they're playing, they think they can beat ace 6. Because that's what anyone should think right now. They should think if you dropped out and dropped... There we go!
Yep.
Yep.
Not a big pot, but I'll take it.
And that's the thing. We just need to profit. I'm not worried about if we get all the money on the table. And that's the difference between where I am in poker knowledge and where a better player is. A better player knows how to milk those people for every nickel and then close in. I kind of know, I can set out a bear trap and pull a bear trap in. Yep. But I can't, get 4 bears to come around to my bear trap. I'm not that good.
Now, J-Lo, my wife,
yes.
or Genesis, depending on what platform she's on, or Jenny, had a roommate. Ooh, that I don't like that much.
50 cents.
Okay. It's a pair. It's something.
It's a pair, and here's what I want to do, is I now want to set it up to look like you're playing what's called in poker loose. There are 2 ways to play poker, loose or tight.
Right.
Tight means you only play the best cards. You're only in there if you think you are not gambling. Loose means, whatever. Here, let's have some fun. You bet $20, $40, man. That's what we do. Straddle, saddle, cowboy up. Let's do it. Like, and that's a different way of play.
Ooh.
Oh, Lord. So you're on 2 pairs. Call the 20.
Call it 20? Okay, we'll call it 20.
Call the 20. Like, I'll throw 20 of your fake cents away.
Yeah.
To see what happens.
9, no help to anybody.
You know, I want to see what he does. He's
playing real conservative. Should we?
You know, give him 20 cents. I want to see the last card.
Okay.
I don't think you've won this. I think you're losing.
I do too. 6. Again, no
what
help.
Do you have king 6, right? You have a pair of 4s.
Pair
I'm
of
sorry.
4s.
Oh,
So
and there's
4s.
diamonds out there. Oh no. Things turn bad in a hurry.
He might have a. And he just went all in. We let him have it, don't we?
No. He's allowed to have it.
Let him have it?
Yeah, I don't want to learn this lesson.
Okay. Fair enough. He's also the big winner at the table. He sat down with $25. He's at 40 now.
Yeah, that's one of those, like, I was willing to limp along and hope that you got a full house.
Yeah.
Because who knows, like, it's a gambling game.
Mm-hmm.
But no, at the point that a flush came out too, anything he was shooting for, he had.
Probably.
And I don't think he would have tried to bluff you. But I don't know. He might be that sophisticated a player, but I don't get the impression he's going to go in with not good cards against you.
Well, Jenny's roommate in college actually was a professional gambler for a short stretch. He would go up to Soaring Eagle, the reservation in Mount Pleasant, and he would sit down with about $100. And he'd get up when he was down to 25 or when he was at 150. It kind of depended on what happened. I'm going to mute for a second here. I'm going to keep playing. If you want to chat for a minute and just yell at me because I'm off camera, go for it.
Okay. So let's see what you have here. King Jack, I want you to bet. Call it. Or raise it to 90 cents. Sure, why not? That had nothing to do with my strategy. Oh, $5. You just lost 70 cents to this. I don't know what's going on here. A $5 bet before the flop's pretty rough. What are you looking at? Okay. There, I want to go look at those again. We might have bet, but no. Okay, that's cool. I'm hoping we're getting something a little more straightforward. I will just note sometimes I like to get a little look at the cards and kind of assess the situation a little bit. That's just my style of poker. I also have a real bad memory. So I like to look at those cards again, just so I have some kind of idea what we're doing. But yeah, a lot of fantastic books on poker. Many of them cover the mathematics. Some of them cover the psychology. Both are important if you're going to play at the highest levels of the game. If that's what you've decided you're going to do, you really need to commit to that. There's actually a new book out by a woman who was an author that decided to leave her job at the New York Times and pursue becoming a professional poker player, and was able to hook up with some of the top players in the world, and ended up doing that and made, like a couple $100,000 being a poker player, which is impressive. I heard about it on NPR, matter of fact. So let's see what you're looking at here. I see a heart something, but my eyes, a pair of 7s. Raised to 50.
Raise to 50. Okay, this is going to be our last hand of the night. I've got some local color going on, so we're going to cut a little bit early. And the downside to live television is sometimes you got local color.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
That's a thing. So while we're playing this handout, pair of 7s. Sorry for leaving you hanging there and frustrating the crap out of you. But yeah, again, I really appreciate you taking time to come here and do the coaching, because I think this has been beyond informative and entertaining.
I'm working for entertaining. I don't know how informative it is, but I'm hoping I can be entertaining.
Oh, this has been great. This has been a wonderful evening.
This is your last hand. Bet max.
Okay.
You're gonna lose. I don't care. I want to go out with a bang.
You want to make him work for it? Well, we're sitting on 2 7s.
Yeah, and anything, any 10, any king, 2 3s, a lot of cards beat you.
Of course, now the way I've been betting, they're probably going to walk away because they think I've got like 2 kings down or something.
That is exactly what I want to see if that works.
He's thinking.
He's thinking about it.
He's thinking.
Can't tell.
He's in.
Oh, no!
He's in.
You're in trouble.
Well,
he has a king.
You think so?
Yeah.
Let's see. Here it comes. No. He has a jack.
Oh!
2 jacks. Oh. That's hard. That's a hard. That's
Oh, that's a hard one.
Note.
He got so lucky.
All right, Bruce. I want to thank you for coming out tonight. It was fun. It was.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
I hope we do this again sometime.
But let me know. Let me know. I'm around. I'm willing to play third hand, yell at you poker. I'm fine with that.
Sweet. Oh, one more time. Where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at BruceGoThinks or at Party Gamecast.
And
most importantly, if you want to see the game show I'm working on, go to YouTube, Board Game the Game Show. That is the main thing I'm pushing now. Go there, subscribe, check out the shows, let me know what you think. And you can find me on Twitter talking about that game show stuff at BG the Game Show.
Which has been below your name the entire time.
Beautiful.
So we've got you covered there. Thank you
Awesome.
so much, Bruce. To everybody else, thank you for coming out tonight. Elvira, thank you for hanging out in chat. Before we take off, let's make that K dance one more time, because the K dances. So there he goes. And until next time, everybody, stay safe.